Okay, kind of waiting for people to get in a little bit here. I'm on the roof, obviously, one of my favorite places to be, and you get some good sunlight, and you guys get a nice little view. Right. So, one back in America, things are going very well, better than you could ever planned or intend on. That's awesome. And as you know, the new program, Way of the Healing Waters, is coming out probably in the middle of next week, right? And then from there, I'm gonna give you a framework of how everything's gonna take place. So, not to waste any time because I don't know how long this will take. Let's get right into it. Um, what it involves, we already talked about that. We discussed that a few times. We're gonna have the Fist of No Extremes, which is 28 movements, and the water section, the second section of just application movements, and that is going to have 8 movements times 2 because I'm gonna give you the counters too, which is gonna be 16 moves, which I've broken down to we're gonna end up doing about 4 movements per video, and maybe each video will be about 10 days apart, depending on how people feel about it, because each movement is very, very deep, and this is a lot for such a little time. But that's how the format's going to take place. So you're going to have 3 movements from the Fist of No Extremes, and at the end of that, you're going to have 1 movement, either the first, the upside, or the downside, as we say, of the water section, which is going to be the movement and the counter. Now, the next thing is when you guys are posting videos. I know we all have different schedules, and sometimes some of us get a little bit, we get, kind of pinned down with what life is giving us. That's all natural. That's all part of the game. Um, you know, Doing well since the move. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm loving it here. You know, being back home. But for videos, what I want to say is I enjoy unique videos. You guys don't have to make videos like me. What the whole point is for you to be able to take the movement from Warfox Bagua and interpret it in the way that you understand. So if you're a doctor, you can focus on doing those movements with healing. If you're, construction worker, you can show how to use those movements to either, heal you from doing construction, or how to, pick things up safely. So you have to go in, like Kung Fu is always a matter of your Kung Fu plus your own life. Kung Fu has to have life, which means you have to have life in it. So for the videos, when you show me something, if you just show me the movement, that's awesome. I appreciate that. But I want you to show me the movement with life in it, which means, like I said, whatever job you do, even if you're doing computers, your homework is to be able to put that movement and see how that movement works with, right, what you're doing in your life. That way, that's what the yin and yang is all about. So that's on video, so you don't have to be shy about those. You don't have to feel like, oh, my technique's not good enough yet. Practice it, practice it, practice it as you think about what you do, and then those things will come together quite naturally. Yeah, great talking with you too, Jeremy, and thanks for the great ideas here. All right. Um, so here we go. Now, I'm going to go into the next thing about hidden movements, because now you're ready to actually start doing them. But the point about hidden movements, they are not secret movements. That would be confusion. Okay, there's no movement that is a secret. These are all mathematical applications, right? So if I say 8 plus 3, then I'm going to get 11. Okay, that's going to be the equation. That's what happens when you do math. So what I would say is that, because if I tell you directly, then you're going to miss the whole point of it. So I'm doing my best to not say it directly, but maybe I can give you kind of an example or something like that. With my kids, what I often teach them, I'll teach them one movement related to, uh, I don't know, right now they're doing the 3 principles fist, right? And we'll go over styles later, but I'll teach them one movement from that, and then I'll teach them another movement from a different style. And then I'll ask them, I'll say, okay, uh, can you do it in sequence? Can you do it reverse? Now I say, what's the movement in the middle, right? There's a movement between movements, and that's when you're going to find that different math. That's as much as I can say about that, and but that is going to change the game. Hidden movements are going to open up more points. So, like I said, tuition Some videos are going to be, maybe, gosh, 50 different, techniques. Some are going to be maybe even getting close to 100 techniques. But I want you guys to always pace yourself at your own pace. I don't want you to rush. I especially don't want you to feel guilty. I think with our style, there's a lot of styles here in Asia where if you're going out there, right, um, let's say, you're studying, you're practicing, you're focusing, you're diligent, and the instructor doesn't give you enough information, and that causes a lot of students to quit. We are the opposite out here, right? Our lineage basically has so many movements in it that people can start to feel like, oh, I'm not keeping up, I'm going to get lost and whatever, and then they quit. What I'm telling you is don't feel guilty about any of that because one move is enough. So if you jump in right in the middle and your wife is pregnant, you have all these different things going on, you know, uh, just like come in at where we're at because all the movements are the beginning and the end, right? This doesn't it's just math. It's not We're not the same as other styles where they're climbing up like, first move, second move, third move, fourth move, right? Okay, but hidden movements will bring points, and this is how this works because points are going to unlock different parts of what you're going to be able to see. Now that's all based on the return. Okay, so once you pay your tuition, you get all the moves, right? And then when you start getting points, you're going to go into a place deeper. Now, a lot of people are wondering right now, like, how are we going to do the points? How are we going to do the points? Uh, right now, I'm working with a company, and we're setting up something really, really nice, right? A program, on social media that we'll be able to use to really kind of keep organized. That way, if you turn in, let's say you turn in a video, right? I can see the percentage of work that you've put in and which direction or what branch of our martial arts we're going to go into. Because we have 32 different branches, and I eventually need you to start coming up with hidden moves. And the only way I can do that is start to give you a branch as we continue to climb up the ladder. So we have the core of Bagua, which is the circle and the 64 palms, right? We're going to go all the way up that ladder, and then we have all these other specialties that we can use, and we have specialties within specialties. For example, even if you only did whip and lash, right? Have you tried to do whip and lash into the first opening palm on the second season? Have you found out how much it changes it? Do you even know where that swinging hands can come inside and really help and aid that opening palm? That is what finding a hidden movement means, is you start to examine things in between because our body frames are all different, and you have to think about what kind of attacks am I getting hit with mostly, because we have something for everything. So if that's what you're worried about or concerned about, then you can turn that into your style. Or if it's related to healing, maybe you have certain parts of your body that are continually aching. You're going to have to do the research to figure out what is the best thing, the best movements to pull together just for you for that time. Don't get into the dogma. We always have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want you to practice all the moves as much as possible, but if you find a move that calls to you, you call back. You answer that call. That's just the secret of Kung Fu right there. So that's basically it. Stay tuned next week. If you missed the live, don't worry about it. I'm sure this will be playing all day, right? But basically, that's the time on it, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this program. I'm looking forward to it a lot, and you're going to be able to do a lot of different hidden movements between the 3 seasons that we have right now. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So God bless you guys. Excellent work so far, and we'll be seeing you soon.